Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Eweadn Z7. This mouse was sent out to me, but it'll not change my thoughts or opinions on the review. First off, I want to talk about the box. The box is kind of like a carrying case instead of like a cheap box. I love to see mice come with boxes like these. It's great. It's reusable, good for travel. Inside the box, you'll get an extra pair of skates. You'll get some grips and a matching Type-C cable. You'll also get this RGB dongle, and then you'll also get, as a pre-order gift, if you're an early buyer, you'll be able to get a free aviator cable. It's a nice cable for your keyboard. In terms of the specs of this mouse, it has a paw 3950 Ultra, 8K polling, wired and wireless, a Nordic 54L15 MCU, and a 500 milliamp hour battery. In terms of clicks, let me just give you a sound test real quick. These are Kale opticals. They sound and feel really nice. Probably one of my favorite opticals I've tried. There isn't really any issues with the clicks in terms of pre-travel or double clicking. In terms of the scroll wheel, it's a pretty good scroll wheel. In terms of the side buttons, they are glossy and they are a bit of a weird shape. The positioning was fine. I didn't have any issues with the positioning itself, but people might not like the glossy or the shape. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the shape, but I think the glossy side buttons are really clean with this color, so it's not a problem for me. In terms of the coating, this is going to be a very hit or miss coating because this is a textured coating similar to the one on the Attack Shark R11 I covered, but I would say this one's better. For me, I have sweaty hands. This is the best coating for my hands specifically I've ever tried, because when you sweat, the coating doesn't get slippery. You're still able to maintain your grip. A lot of people might need to get used to this. A lot of people might not like it, but if you have sweaty hands, this is a really solid coating just because it won't get slippery. The texture will kind of help you maintain a grip. It might feel weird. It's going to take a bit to get used to, but this is a very unique coating and I really like it for just the way my hands are. But again, it's going to be hit or miss. If you're not going to like a textured coating, don't buy this. In terms of stock skates, the stock skates suck. They're not great. They're pretty much the same on all of these other like cheap mice, even though this isn't a cheap mice. They really need to use better skates or include some dots. But so if you do buy this, make sure to have extra dot skates. In terms of the shape, this is a Viper Mini clone. I never tried the original Viper Mini, but I did try a lot of Viper Mini clones like the Ponage Trinity and the Hitscan Hyperlight, and this is my favorite Viper Mini clone. This shape fits my hand really, really well. It just feels more rounder than like the Hitscan. The Hitscan, I got uncomfortable, like cramps on my hand, like right here. But because it's more round, it just feels more comfortable in hands for me. If you have 19 by 10 hands like me, I think this will be a really good small shape. If you like smaller mice, this is good for aggressive claw, relaxed claw. You can kind of palm it. It'll probably be a little small. And you can definitely fingertip it, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for fingertip grip unless you have even bigger hands. But I think this is a really solid shape. In terms of the weight is 52 plus 3 grams. My scale was dead, so I couldn't get the exact weight. But the weight and weight balancing on this mouse is really the thing that kind of kills it. It just makes it a little, it just doesn't feel good being heavy. I personally don't think it has affected my aim, but I definitely think you'd want it heavier. I did order a battery because it does have a 500 milliamp hour battery to maybe help it a little bit, but it just didn't come yet. I would say this would be my main mouse. If it was like 10 grams lighter, I would definitely main this. So Eweadn, if you're watching this, you can make it, if you can make a lighter version, maybe just use a plastic bottom with more holes, make it like 45 grams or less. That would be amazing. You could call it like the Z7 Air or something. But in terms of the overall QC, this is great. It is solid, no side flex, no creaking, phenomenal QC. I'm going to give you a clip of the software. It's a pretty nice software. You can change the RGB on the dongle. You can do a bunch of things. It's a solid software, nothing to complain about. In terms of in-game performance, I had 0 performance issues. The 3950 Ultra performed really well. And that's pretty much it on performance. In terms of the price, this is $89.99. I think it's a pretty fair price for what you're getting. You're getting a really nice Viper Mini clone with a nice coating, a nice texture. It's built really well, and you get some free launch gifts. Overall, would I recommend this? So, if the weight's not going to bother you, or you're a modder that can reduce the weight, I would absolutely recommend this because it's such a nice premium mouse with such a great shape. But again, if weight's going to be something you think will affect your aim, especially with poor weight balancing, then I wouldn't recommend this. But overall, I really enjoy testing this mouse, and the weight is the only thing really holding this down. But I will recommend this to people who don't really care too much about the weight. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.